So I'm as interested as you are. Here's the microphone. It's your 10 minutes. Counter is running, so please go ahead.
All right, I'll start off with the trailer. Do you have a problem? Can we restart my 10 minutes? So for this project, I partnered with the NEC Youth North England Conference Youth Department. And what we started to do last year, or probably for the last 2 years, it was we created devotionals for our young people every single Friday. We'd have a Sabbath devotional, maybe 2 or 3 minutes long, that would come out. And as it's the year of the Reformation this year, 500 years, I said to Adam, why don't we start making some videos on the Reformation? And this started by just doing some stuff in England. So we were planning to just go to London and to shoot some short devotionals about some of the things that happened with Wycliffe, what happened with Tyndale, what happened with Cromwell. But this project sort of just exploded. And from London, we ended up in Scotland, we ended up in Wales, and then we thought, well, if we're doing those places, we might as well hit Europe as well. So we ended up going through all the places in Europe, Germany, Sweden, Switzerland, creating short 3 to 5 minute videos for young people about Reformation and Reformation history. And, you know, I'm from a generation where we grow up in church and we hear everything, but we never get to see it. We read the Great Controversy, but we never get to see these places and what happened in these places. So we were about bringing these things to light in a creative manner that not only looked good, but was appealing and had an evangelistic appeal to the young people as well. So as I said before, our target audience was millennials, short shareable media. And our first video we did on Constantine, and that's where we started. We went from Constantine all the way up to 1798. Now we're on episode 10 at the moment, and we have an episode coming out every single week this year. That's 50 episodes. We started on the second week of January, and it's just been growing and growing and growing and growing. The first episode here has 30,000 views, and it has just literally just exploded. There's a great young group of young people who are involved. This is the core team, but I also have my dad, who's right there. He is our 360 camera operator, so every single place we have 360 video of these locations as well. So you go to the Waldenses Valley and you go into the caves, and you're able to explore all these places in 360-degree video, as well as having a short devotional thought from this place. My wife is there, Adam and a few other people, and those are various different roles that they do. We had a few challenges. Cold weather, filming in Prague in -10 was not nice. Tight schedules because it was so low budget. You know, we were in some of these places for maybe a couple of hours before we had to move on. But by God's grace, we managed to get everything done. And we also had some editing challenges too. There were some things in other countries like America that I wasn't able to get, but it was great to see people from over there who wanted to get involved and shot the things for me and sent them over. So it's just been fantastic. Translations. Since it began, we've had it translated in German, French, Latvian, Spanish, Czech Republic, Bulgarian, and also English subtitles as well. So it's just grown and grown and grown and grown. I'm really going forward because I want to play an episode for you at the end. The impact. We've heard news that the Oklahoma Conference is distributing it and sharing it to every church. The Michigan Conference as well. ARTV, Hope channels in various different places are also sharing it. We got an email yesterday from New Zealand broadcaster who was sharing them on national television weekly. We also got a message from someone in Australia who watched it in their history class in their school. They're 16 years old. It's also been played in churches across the country, within England, Philippines, so many other places. And I also heard that it's been playing here at Newbold for Vespers every single Friday too. Also, it's reached out to secular people. When we first started this, we thought about putting it just on the NEC youth page. But then what we discovered was this stuff is not just for Adventists, it's for Christians in general. So we created a whole new channel called Lydian's Journey so that there was no Adventist affiliation, so that other people could find it as well. And there's a recent comment that we got from a famous Slovenian YouTuber who said, "I'm not interested in religion, but this is interesting." And it's just amazing to see. We also got word that in China YouTube is banned, but people have been distributing this through WhatsApp. So they've been downloading the videos and sending it to people through WhatsApp. And that is the end. So I've got 4 minutes left, and I'm going to play you an episode so you can kind of see what the project is all about. Might want to kill the lights.
In the early centuries, Rome would lay down the challenge. Either abide by how we want you to live, or leave your place of residence and leave your place of worship. And the Waldensians treasured God's word more than they treasured their home. And so they would leave and go into the mountains. Life would not have been easy here in the Waldensian Valley. The children growing up would have had to learn very quickly the lessons of self-sacrifice and self-denial, frugality and economy. Their parents treasured these principles from the Bible, and they wished to bestow them upon their children. They treasured them so much that they retreated upward. And here in the mountains, they wanted to teach 2 things. Number 1, they wanted to teach them purity of life based on God's word. And number 2, they wanted to teach them to be a missionary and take the faith that they had and take it further afield than just the valleys in which they live. And so they would have schools up here, and they would have places of worship, sometimes in caves, where they could teach their children and their young people how they could go out as missionaries and share this message. The Waldensians fervently believed in the Bible. They believed that they should follow it, and they treasured it. The Waldensians believed in the commandments of God that had been given through the Bible, and they sought to keep them. And they were often persecuted for their faith and had to retreat up to the higher valleys. And here in this place of worship, it's just a cave. Today, you come here, you have to creep down through the entrance to get in. The rock walls are on each side. But here in this cave, it's almost a sacred spot. It's a place where they would gather together for worship, but also at times they would gather together to hide from the Roman soldiers. To me, it's encouraging to know that even when they were scattered in the mountains, they would still find time to worship together. And I believe it's very important that we today meet together with fellow believers and worship. But the thing that stands out to me here in this place that's not that pretty by earthly standards. There's no gold-plated pulpit. There's no marble table. There's just rocks. They're wet. But it's the quietness and the peace and the simplicity and the purity of this place that is striking. Is that if these Waldensians would gather here, not just once, it wasn't just a one-off, it may have been repeatedly, it may have been over years, or may have been even over decades, that they would gather together to worship in caves like this that are dotted around these mountains. For us, church is so comfortable or so convenient. I'm sat on a cold rock, but oftentimes in church we sit on nice comfy chairs. The heating may be on, it may just be 5 miles from our house or just down the road, and yet sometimes we think, I'm not too keen to come. And I think back to myself, yourself, wherever we are. We have a time of relative peace, a time of relative freedom, where we can gather together and worship, where we can meet fellow believers. And my appeal is, don't waste the opportunity that you have. Don't be so comfortable or so convenient that we miss the opportunities that we do have. God has given us great opportunities now. Let's take advantage and use them and take this message to the world around us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Clive. So,